नमस्कार, बहुत-बहुत स्वागत है गाइज़ आपके अपने ही चैनल KFCS और स्पोर्ट्स पिट पर गाइज़ आज जैसा कि मैंने कल आपको वीडियो में बताया था कि बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त फ्राइडे होने वाला है और आज दोनों ही मैच हाई स्कोरिंग हुए। चाहे हम बात करेंगे वेस्ट इंडीज़ वर्सेस ऑस्ट्रेलिया की या बात करें हम श्रीलंका वर्सेस अफ़गानिस्तान की। अभी थोड़ी देर पहले ही मैच खत्म हुआ है, क्या ज़बरदस्त मैच हुआ है। पूरी बात करेंगे और गाइज़ और एक-एक लम्हे को एन्जॉय करेंगे कि क्या ज़बरदस्त हमें मैच देखने को मिला है। सबसे पहले आज हम बात करेंगे डेविड वार्नर प्लेयर मतलब डेमर आप कह सकते हैं कि पूरे विश्व के वो तीसरे खिलाड़ी जिसने तीनों फॉर्मेट में सेंचुरी मतलब 100 मैचेस खेल लिए हो। एक तरह से आप कह सकते हैं कि बहुत बड़ी अचीवमेंट क्योंकि बहुत रेयरेस्ट ऐसे खिलाड़ी होते हैं जो ऑल फॉर्मेट प्लेयर होते हैं और ऑल फॉर्मेट प्लेयर 100 मैचेस खेलना अपने आप में बहुत बड़ी बात और ये कहानी बयाँ करती है इन खिलाड़ियों की कि क्या ये स्पेशल खिलाड़ी है। तीनों खिलाड़ी की अब बात करेंगे, उनमें से एक नाम हमारा विराट कोहली का भी आता है। विराट कोहली मतलब कह सकते हैं कि किंग कोहली इनको किंग इसीलिए तो कहा जाता है क्योंकि यार ख बात है इस खिलाड़ी में आज बात करेंगे डेविड वार्नर ने जो ये बराबरी की है। विश्व में ऐसे 3 ही खिलाड़ी हैं, वो न्यूज़ीलैंड, ऑस्ट्रेलिया और इंडिया के हैं, जिन्होंने 100 मैचेस खेल लिए हैं तीनों फॉर्मेट में। तो चलिए सबसे पहले देखते हैं रॉस टेलर को 112 टेस्ट मैचेस खेले हैं, 236 ओडीआई और 102 टी20 तो रॉस टेलर थे जिन्होंने ये चीज़ अचीव की थी। वेल डन। और उसके बाद आते हैं किंग कोहली जिन्होंने 113 टेस्ट मैच, 292 ओडीआई और 117 टी20 वाओ! और डेविड वार्नर ने आज 100 टी20 खेल के ये रिकॉर्ड बना दिया है कि तीनों फॉर्मेट में 100 से ज़्यादा मैचेस खेलने वाले ये 3 ऐसे खिलाड़ी हैं और आप कह सकते हैं कि ये अपने टीम के किंग हैं। जैसे हमारे लिए विराट कोहली है जिन्होंने बहुत सारे रन्स बनाए तीनों फॉर्मेट में। जब भी भारत को मिरेकल एक ऐसी सिचुएशन में मिरेकल की आवश्यकता थी, वहाँ पे विराट कोहली खड़े होते थे और मैचेस फिनिश किया। चेज़ मास्टर कहते हैं और हमारे जो चेज़ मास्टर है वो विराट कोहली। डेविड वार्नर की बात करूँ, डेविड वार्नर ने भी उस क्लंची सिचुएशंस में टीम को बाहर किया है। बड़े-बड़े टेस्ट रन्स की बात करें, बड़े-बड़े नॉक्स की बात करें, ओडीआईज़ में, टेस्ट में, टी20 में भी अच्छा खेले हैं और रॉस टेलर भी बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त खिलाड़ी रहे जब तक वो रिटायर नहीं हुए थे। रिटायर होने से पहले वो भी बहुत शानदार खिलाड़ी थे और तीनों फॉर्मेट में न्यूज़ीलैंड के लिए बहुत ही शानदार किया। तो अभी तक ये 3 कंट्रीज़ है जिसमें ये 3 खिलाड़ी हैं, जिन्होंने ये अचीवमेंट अचीव किया है कि जो आप बन चुके हैं ऐसे खिलाड़ी जिन्होंने 100 इंटरनेशनल मैचेस खेल लिया तीनों फॉर्मेट में। ठीक है बहु एंड वाओ! बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है देख के कि इसमें एक भारतीय का नाम है जिसका नाम विराट कोहली है। विराट कोहली की फ़िटनेस की हमेशा बातचीत होती है। ये बहुत ही गज़ब खिलाड़ी जिसका और जो तीनों फ़ॉर्मेट के लिए अवेलेबल रहता है जब भी टीम इंडिया को आवश्यकता हो और क्या बात है! बहुत ही शानदार और ये बहुत शानदार फ़िगर्स है जो कि शो कर रहा है और यहाँ पे डेविड वार्नर जो है ऑलमोस्ट आप रिटायर होते हुए नज़र आएँगे। हालाँकि अभी विराट कोहली में काफ़ी मैचेस बचे हैं सो लेट्स सी और कितना लंबा खेलते हैं। इनमें अगर मैं सबसे ज़्यादा मैचेस की बात करूँ, अपनी करियर में सबसे ज़्यादा मैचेस अब तक किसने खेला है, तो वो आपको विराट कोहली नज़र आएँगे कहीं न कहीं। आप देख सकते हैं। रॉस टेलर की बात करूँ तो इनके हो चुके हैं 450 मैचेस। विराट कोहली की बात करूँ तो इनका हो गया है 502 मैचेस और इनका हो चुका है 72 सो 372 डेविड वार्नर तो सबसे ज़्यादा मैचेस अपने करियर में अभी तक जो खेले हैं वो विराट कोहली हो चुके हैं 502 मैचेस तो वेल डन और विराट कोहली अब कितना लंबा खेलते हैं देखने वाली बात रहेगी। तो ये था मेरा पहला टॉपिक गाइस डेविड वार्नर तीसरे खिलाड़ी बन चुके हैं जिन्होंने तीनों फॉर्मेट में 100 मैचेस खेले। वाओ! ये बहुत ही शानदार रिकॉर्ड है जो कि बहुत रेयरेस्ट होता है किसी खिलाड़ी के लिए। आप देख सकते हैं पूरे विश्व में सिर्फ 3 खिलाड़ी ऐसा है जो तीनों फॉर्मेट में 100-100 मैचेस खेल चुका है, सो वेल डन और क्या आप ये भी कह सकते हैं कि कुछ खिलाड़ी ऐसे भी हैं पिछले ज़माने जब टी20 स्टार्ट भी नहीं हुई थी, तो उन्होंने टेस्ट और ओडीआई दोनों 100-100 मैचेस खेले थे। और ये अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ी चीज़ है, जो कि बहुत कम खिलाड़ी अचीव कर पाते हैं। चलिए अब हम बात करते हैं अगले मैच के अगले में। अब हम बात करेंगे वेस्ट इंडीज वर्सेस ऑस्ट्रेलिया। क्या जबरदस्त मैच हुआ है ये। इस मैच की अगर मैं बात करूं तो इस मैच के हाईलाइट सबसे पहले रहे डेविड वार्नर। डेविड वार्नर ने क्या जोरदार बल्लेबाजी की। यार मजा आ गया इस खिलाड़ी को देख के। ऑस्ट्रेलिया कह रही होगी कि मतलब डेविड वार्नर जा क्यों रहे हैं, मतलब टी20 वर्ल्ड कप तक खेलेंगे जरूर, लेकिन फिटनेस लाजवाब, बहुत ही शानदार। हमारे साथ है राहुल।
Hi, Kunal.
Yeah, yeah. So welcome, Rahul. How are you? How was the day today?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Lots of cricket, good cricket this morning for me. I mean,
Yeah,
both the matches, Australia, West Indies, and Sri Lanka and Afghanistan, pretty good matches.
yeah. So before that, Rahul, let's talk about these three legendary players. Means if I talk about Virat Kohli, Ross Taylor, David Warner. So David Warner finally joins the club where all the three formats you are playing 100 matches. So lots of contribution. And Rahul, we all know about Virat Kohli. His fitness, he is always available for India whenever required in crunchy situation. Virat Kohli is always available, whether it is Test, ODI, or T20.
Well, I mean, it's too bad, I mean, the timing of that statement. I mean, the timing of that statement, and this time it seems a little off. Given Virat Kohli is missing this Test series, I know, but for most of his career, he's hardly
Yeah,
taken rest. I'm actually very irritated when people troll him right now for taking rest.
yeah,
Yeah, sometimes the criticism has been deserved, like when he skipped that first T20 match against Afghanistan. I agree. And also maybe even skipping this test match series, we still don't know what the reason is yet why he's missing this test match series. But overall, throughout his whole career, like when he was in his prime, he was rarely skipping matches. When Virat Kohli was captain, he was not like what Rohit Sharma is right now. What we have criticized Rohit Sharma for example, which is being on the sidelines most of the time. Okay, coming back to Virat Kohli, sorry, Virat Kohli wasn't spending most of his captaincy on the sidelines. I'm sorry to say he had weaknesses as limited overs captain. I agree, but at least we were playing with a full strength team in most of the series under Virat Kohli. There was hardly any rest or workload management going on under Virat Kohli's captaincy. Some people call this a negative, but look, you have to take the series seriously. These limited over series are what prepares you for a World Cup. That is the truth. But Virat Kohli, he's hardly skipped matches during his prime. He was playing most of the time. Only now, I think he has changed a little bit after he gave up captaincy. The I'll give a positive spin on that and even say that Virat Kohli gave up captaincy when he knew that his body will not let him play every match and he will need whatever workload management. He knew the moment, like once he was missing matches very often as captain due to his fitness issues, he knew to give up the captaincy. Although many people, it's very questionable. The circumstances under which his captaincy ended is a little questionable right there. Maybe I will believe that ODI and T20 was taken away from Kohli by the Saurav Ganguly administration of the BCCI. Test match captaincy, I think he just gave it up on his own. Because of form and fitness
yeah.
issues. He had given up the captaincy, and we lost that series in South Africa. So he gave up his captaincy. Okay, fine. Coming to David Warner, Warner, I think similar issues. You could say if you're an Australian cricket fan, I think I've seen similar arguments against David Warner with regards to his skipping matches very frequently. Warner hasn't been playing T20 cricket very frequently, to be very honest. But one thing you can say for Warner is he has helped Australia win an ODI World Cup. He's win a World Test Championship, and he has helped them win a T20 World Cup. He's helped them win.
T20 World Cup
Yeah, he's
also.
helped them win titles in all three formats. You have to appreciate him for that. There's no question he has been very valuable for Australia across all the three formats. In Test cricket, you can question that maybe he didn't have a great record outside of Australia, but In Australia, David Warner was an absolute monster in Test match cricket. He could score huge runs in Australia and help Australia win matches. But he had weaknesses playing spin bowling in India and handling swing bowling in England. In India, he struggled against Ravichandran Ashwin. In England, very famously, he struggled against Stuart Broad. Almost every time Australia toured England, Stuart Broad was getting the better of David Warner. That is a fact. Of course, we will not,
Yeah,
from next Ashes onwards, we won't see that clash of Stuart Broad versus David Warner, to be honest. In ODI cricket, I think his
actually, Stuart Broad is also retired.
Stuart
That's
Broad
the
is
reason both
retired
are retired
and
now.
David Warner is retired now. Both of them are gone from the setup. If David Warner can help Australia win the T20 World Cup, he can really retire in style. In this the coming June, he
Yeah,
will really retire in style, and you can see he's taking T20s very seriously. And now that he's no longer playing ODIs, no longer playing test matches, he has time to play the limited overs. He can really prioritize T20 cricket right now, not just playing for Australia, but he will also play the all those leagues around the world, and he will get all the exposure he needs before the T20 World Cup. So he's really gearing up. Probably we will see if Australia lift this T20 World Cup, that'll probably be the best retirement for David Warner. However, I think Warner's legacy is a little bit tainted by you know what. I think I don't need to even mention it. It is the ball tampering incident in South Africa in 2018, getting him banned for 1 year.
yeah,
Um, I look at social media every
yeah,
day. I'm part of a lot of groups where Aussies are the majority, in fact, and many of them say, even them, many of them don't like David Warner, and they think that David Warner is not deserving of a farewell. You saw Mitchell Johnson's views on David Warner before the series against Pakistan, saying, why is David Warner getting a farewell after he brought Australian cricket into disrepute? So I think his legacy is a little bit tainted by that ball tampering incident, because
ball
he
tampering.
was the vice captain of the team when this happened. And although ball tampering has happened before, Australia's not the first team to do it and probably won't be the last team to be involved in such an incident. You have to say that no other ball tampering incident was so premeditated like that one, where the Aussies decided to do ball tampering before the match, and was the role of the leadership. Many will defend him, saying he admitted his mistake. But sorry, admitting your mistake, coming and apologizing doesn't mean you're not in the wrong anymore. You've still brought Australian cricket into disrepute. That has to be acknowledged. Many people slander Steve Smith for this ball tampering incident. Why? Because he was the captain when this happened. But you see David Warner getting loved everywhere, and I think this is a double standard among Indian cricket fans. You look at David Warner every time he comes to India. People give him a great reception. They take selfies with him. He's loved by the crowds when he plays in India. But Steve Smith doesn't get that same reception. Steve Smith is seen as cheater, ball tamperer, sandpaper. They call him nicknames. And but people don't give the same labels to David Warner, even though he was involved in the same incident. I think that is a little bit unfair. Coming to Ross Taylor, 1 minute, I'll just connect my charger. Uh,
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, so if I talk about Ross Taylor, means one of the great, another top order batsman of New Zealand who's always plays all the three formats. If I talk about Ross Taylor was a key player where now Kane Williamson is playing at number three. There was a place where Ross Taylor always used to play. And Ross Taylor, if I talk about the career of this player, is was really one of the great. Means if I talk about a good number three batsman for New Zealand in a history. I think he was one of the best, and Kane Williamson is now taking a duties from him. In starting career, Kane Williamson was used to play in a middle order, but now after retirement of Ross Taylor, Kane Williamson is coming to number three. So one of the good batsmen at number three for New Zealand, Ross Taylor, in all the three formats.
Yes, absolutely. Ross Taylor has been a legend for New Zealand cricket. He initially started off as a T20 player, as a matter of fact, and people thought his game isn't suited for Test match cricket or even ODI cricket, much less. But he showed that he can play both the formats. Ross Taylor is very capable of playing. in Test match cricket. His That is the big achievement for Ross Taylor, that he was able to play well in Test match cricket and become a very good player in that format. So he's been almost as valuable as Kane Williamson when it came to batting. He was one of the rocks
Yeah,
of the New Zealand batting order. Hats off to him for adapting to Test match cricket in particular, because that's where you thought his game would have lots of limitations. I think the greatest shot of Ross Taylor would be really that sweep shot, and hitting the ball over long on, the way he could clear boundary ropes all over the world. I remember when he started up playing IPL, he was called Ross the Boss for a reason. He was able to hit sixers with ease over long on. It's like a hockey swing, the way he hit those uh,
yeah.
shots. And Ross Taylor, by the way, he was a hockey player before. He's also played professional hockey before for New Zealand. So that swing kind of helped him in um, cricket as well. And I believe he's played golf also. I'm not sure about that detail, but he's played golf as well. He had those golf swings too. So phenomenal player Ross Taylor was for New Zealand. Definitely one of the legends of New Zealand cricket after, like uh, Richard Hadley, Mark Greatbatch. You had who else? Who am I missing? Richard Hadley, Mark Greatbatch. I might be missing one more. Yeah, you had Daniel Vettori in more modern times, Brendan McCullum, and you have Ross Taylor as well. One of the greatest batsmen for New Zealand by far.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so now let's talk about today's game. Rahul, starting from David Warner means what a player, what an innings. He has started really well. And I think Rahul, it was one of the innings of David Warner where Australia managed to make a big score. Yeah, you can say Team David was also there who finished the innings, but at the start, what an opening combination of Warner and English. Excellent.
Yes, absolutely. Both of them gave Australia a sensational start, in my mind. I think Johnson and Charles for West Indies did the same thing. Both innings progressed in the similar way, but Australia was a few runs better in the end, and they managed to win this match. But Warner, in his 100th T20, very fittingly scored a half century, 70 of 36, a great knock for his 100th T20 match. Absolutely amazing knock that he played.
And if I talk about West Indies team, so overall you can say that West Indies team is looking still great in T20s. Means you are chasing a target of 214 and losing the match just by 11 runs. So Rahul, what was the main reason behind? Do you think was one of the big moment for West Indies? If Russell was there, maybe this
Yes,
target can be
absolutely.
chaseable.
West Indies middle order really faltered badly, and I think that's the reason they lost. Australia's middle order also faltered. They didn't do very well either, but they were a few runs better at the beginning and the death, and that proved the difference in this match. I feel uh, Roman Powell and Shea Hope, both of them had good starts with the bat. Powell scored 14 off just 5 balls, and Shea Hope scored 16 off 8. If one of these two carried on, you never know. West Indies could have pulled off this match. It was a very winnable match that they lost in the end. But that, thanks to the middle order collapse, the match was gone, and Jason Holder could only bring West Indies somewhat close. He couldn't win it for them, unfortunately.
Yeah, of course. So overall, Rahul, if I talk about the bowling of both the teams, means both the teams are giving 200 runs. So you can say that bowling wise, both the team is lacking.
Yes, bowling wise, both the teams lacked in my mind. Both teams conceded a lot of runs in the beginning and the death overs. They did well in the middle overs, but uh, death overs was really starting overs, power play overs. Those were high scoring.
Yeah, okay. Krishna, you watched the match, West Indies versus Australia? Yeah. Yes, yes. You can say.
No, I am saying
Yes,
that
Krishna, continue.
West Indies bowling made them lose. I feel that if it was if West Indies restricted them to means below 200, then I feel West Indies could have changed this target. If you see where was the Sharma Joseph, I feel West Indies are missing him. He destroyed Australia batting in Test matches also. So I feel Sharma Joseph is a very good bowler prospect for West Indies. I feel so he should be selected in T20s also. I feel so bowling will be more strong because you have Aljari Joseph, you have means you're bowling from all rounders means you're giving Holder, Russell, all rounders you are giving the bowling. So apart from and Akil Hussain also lead runs. So if Akil Hussain would have contained the runs, would have broken the partnership of English and Warner early. So I feel West Indies could have changed this target. West Indies batting is very dangerous. The way West Indies started, I thought West Indies could have chased this target because they have middle orders, they have firepower. So I feel in the bowling department they lacked means 10 runs they were short, 10, 15 runs. So in bowling they have to improve much. I feel Shahmad Joseph should play Kunal Bhai because he has good variation. His bowling is also very good. So we saw that in test matches too. I feel he should be given all format players now. I feel he will improve and West Indies needs a partner with Aljari Joseph. I feel Kunal Bhai. So if
Okay.
Shahmad Joseph is
Yeah,
there,
Krishna, coming to your point. Okay. Shamar Joseph is just
Well,
one
well,
year old, means, okay, means you can say
I
it is
sorry
10 or
guys, I
11
want to
months.
interrupt the conversation. I mean, going a little off topic. I think we've just seen a very thrilling match at Dubai between Desert Vipers and Dubai Capitals. A very thrilling finish has just happened right now. Dubai Capitals needed six to win off the last ball, and Sikandar Raza has hit a sixer and won it for
Wow.
Dubai Capitals. It was a bottom of the table clash, very crucial match, and Dubai Capitals has pulled it off. Thanks to Sikandar Raza, a last ball sixer to win the match.
Now
So
Dubai
anyway,
Capitals in top four.
back
Yeah.
yeah
Okay.
back anyway back to this topic. Yes, sorry, I was
Okay.
paying
So
attention to that.
Krishna,
It was a little too thrilling.
yeah, okay. That's great. Yeah, but Krishna, coming to your point means it is very early. Means a player who is just 11 months old debut for a cricket. And if I talk about the bowling combination, Krishna, you see the bowling of Andre Russell. Yeah, he is expensive. Akil Hussain is expensive. I know it very well. But very early to judge. Means Akil Hussain is a prime bowler for West Indies. He always plays good power play overs. He gives. Today, Australia pick him up. That is one bad matches can't judge a single player, right? So I think it was the first match for Aljari Joseph, Akil Hussain. We have to see. Akil Hussain is one of the best bowler in the world. Means if you see in a Big Bash also, he was very prime bowler for Melbourne Renegades. He has played so many leagues. So I think very early to judge. Rahul, any views on Akil Hussain? I think it is early to judge in one
no, I
matches.
am saying
I
Kunal
think
Bhai. I am saying
It
Kunal
is
Bhai that you needed partner with Aljari Joseph who can give you pace. Means I know,
why we have Romario Shepherd, Andre Russell,
but
so much fast bowling.
if you
Jason
see
Akil Hussain
Holder,
is also a very valuable spin bowler for West Indies. Probably their best spin bowler after Sunil Narayan in this West Indies team. This West Indies team really lacks spin after Sunil Narayan, and Akil Hussain is probably that player who can give a valuable contribution. He's played in leagues all over the world, like you've said,
Rahul,
and
he
he
is
will be
saying
very.
fast bowler.
And
you have Gudgesh Muti also as a
uh,
spinner, Kunal Bhai.
Gudakesh Moti, yes, but Akil Hussain will be very valuable in for the West Indies in the upcoming World Cup. He's a good player in my mind,
And
so
playing all
he'll be
over the
very
world
valuable.
also.
Yes,
Playing all
he's
over the
played
world whenever
all
required.
over the world, and at home he'll be dangerous. West Indies will be a dangerous side at home. I have no doubt about that.
Yeah. Okay, now comes to bowling unit. Rahul is asking for bowling unit. Jason Holder, Russell, Romario Shepherd. Um, you can see Osen Thomas is also there. So do you need a Semar Joseph to debut in T20? Do you think, Rahul?
Uh, Maybe he can. We will see how good he is in T20. He's fairly new. He's got a contract to play for Peshawar Zalmi in the PSL. Maybe, probably
So
he's not playing this T20 because he's headed there to play. But it's a little contradictory to compared to what he said. He said he'll play for West Indies anytime. I don't understand why not play this series then for West Indies if he wants to be in T20 cricket. Why not play this series against Australia? I don't understand. PSL he can always play later on because PSL is only beginning on the 17th. No, this series ends on the 13th.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, now it's up to the management. So let's see how things will goes on. But Rahul, exciting series started. Australia versus West Indies, and we will see a few matches where West Indies will also finish the match.
Yes, we will see a very good series between these two. West Indies almost won it today, but if not for the middle order collapse. But anyway, it's even. It's still a fair result because both teams had middle order collapses. You can argue Australia would have scored more than 213 if they didn't have middle order collapse. Imagine if Stoinis or Maxwell played a huge innings. Australia might have made 240 or 250 even.
Yeah, okay. Okay, guys, now let's come to the another thrilling match. Means what a day, and let's start from Patum Nishanka double century. Rahul, very big day for Pathum Nishanka means in front of Sanat Jasuria, you are breaking the record of Jasuria. 189 run highest is from Jasuria. He was the one of the highest. After that, now this is Pathum Nishanka who has made a 200 mark. Yeah, yeah. In other ways, you can say Rahul, it is against Afghanistan, but score is a score. Whenever you are making, whether it is Zimbabwe or any other team,
Absolutely. Double
so
hundred in
credit.
ODI is always big. Only trolls will on social media will say, "Oh, this is weak team" and all that. But see, double hundreds happen very rarely. If double hundred is so easy just because it's Afghanistan, how come every batsman hasn't scored double hundred with them? You have to ask that. How come double hundred is rarely scored even with Afghanistan? You have to question that. But anyway, still a great knock from Pathum Nishanka. And Sri Lankan team, look, maybe if an Indian batsman scored double hundred against Afghanistan, I might not have considered too huge an achievement. If an Indian does it, but for Sri Lankan batsmen, look, for Sri Lanka, Afghanistan is a little bit of a challenging opponent. They've had
Yeah,
so many good matches in recent past, and Afghanistan has been very competitive with Sri Lanka. So Afghanistan is not exactly an easy opponent for Sri Lanka. They're not very easy. In fact, Afghanistan is tougher for Sri Lanka than playing against West Indies or Bangladesh. As a matter of fact, Sri Lanka will have it easier against Bangladesh than with this Afghanistan team because this Afghanistan team has got fighting spirit. You know how Bangladesh defeated Sri Lanka in the World Cup, very tainted win, and you know why. I don't need to say
yeah,
it. So
yeah. Okay.
anyway, yeah, so this is a very competitive fixture. Sri Lanka and Afghanistan, they played so many great matches over the last year and a half or so. Even in November 2022, just after the T20 World Cup, if you remember, they played a very competitive series where Afghanistan won the first match and Sri Lanka bounced back and won the next two matches. Even in one match where they chased 300 against Afghanistan last year in June, very competitive series. We discussed that yesterday between Afghanistan and Sri Lanka just before World Cup qualifiers came. Sri Lanka won that series 2-1, and that gave them confidence to, perform very well in the World Cup qualifiers. You remember that World Cup qualifiers? Sri Lanka, they won that tournament without losing a single match, and they qualified for the 50 over World Cup. Unfortunately, they didn't perform very well in the 50 over World Cup, so uh, that was bad. But they did very well in the ODI series against Zimbabwe recently, and then now against Afghanistan, they have put in a great performance right now in this first T20 match. Patum Nishanka double century was absolutely brilliant in my mind, and he got good support at the top of the order from Avishka Fernando, who scored 88 runs. Sadira Samara Vikrama, one of the good batsmen of this generation, I have to say. I think a very bright prospect for Sri Lanka. Samara Vikrama, if you recall, during the Asia Cup, he played so many crucial innings for Sri Lanka and got them
Even
out
in
of
World Cup
trouble.
also,
And in World Cup also. So he's a
two
very
centuries.
yeah, two centuries from Sadira Samara Vikrama. Today, he also contributed with a valuable 45 of 36, helped Sri Lanka accelerate the scoring. a bit. So this Sri Lankan team has a very good future on their hands. They will have to perform right now against the likes of India, Australia, and England. Against these teams, they will have to show better performances, but this is a good start for them.
Okay, Krishna, your views on double century from Pathum Nishanka, first Sri Lankan player.
Means that was a absolutely classic knock, and even if we see, it was looking a batting wicket. If we see, even Afghanistan middle order scored runs. I think it was a flat track. You can say, Kunal Bhai. It was not.
Yeah, but every batsman not score 200, right?
Yeah, but if you see, it was a classy knock by Prathum Nishanka. He was opening and he has to prove for Sri Lanka because Sri Lanka are lacking openers. If you see, in starting, they opened with Kusal Pereira. Then he didn't perform well in World Cup. So they need a good opening.
Dimut Karnaratne.
Yeah, Dimut Karunatre. So now Sri Lanka has find a good opening with Patum and Avishka. I think in 2027 World Cup, this pair will be the opening combination for Sri Lanka. So I feel Patum played a great knock. Means Sanan Jesurya was sitting in the chair and he was clapping for him when he crossed the 190 mark. So he was also happy to see some our means new generation player scoring breaking his own record. So as Kohli also scored 50th century in the ODI World Cup and Tendulkar was clapping for
Front
him.
of Sachin.
Yeah, so the same today with Patum also scored in front of Sanan Jesurya. So it was great pleasure to watch Patum batting. So it was a class knock because team needed it because Afghanistan chased it. Only 42
Almost.
runs almost chased it. So needed someone from Sri Lanka to score big, and he played with a great strike rate also. Means he didn't means it was not 150 ball delivery 200 century. It was less than 150 delivery 200. So it was great knock by him. So I think. I hope he proves in other matches also and he fixes his opening spot with Avishka and Avishka also has to prove in other matches because need opening pair of Sri Lanka very good. We have seen in World Cup how they collapsed 55 all out and 50 all out against India. So they need a good opening pair for Sri Lanka who can score big runs and don't get all out in against quality teams. They don't get all out early. So these players have to step up when needed, and Patum did today. So and Afghanistan also they look clueless. Means you don't have Rashid Khan. I think Rashid Khan is injured. I think he's not playing also
Yeah,
cricket. And Navinul
yeah,
Haq
yeah, as
also.
of now.
Yeah, he's not
And
Yeah,
playing the
Naveen Ulak
T20
is
leagues
retired.
either. So,
Naveen,
so that is the thing. Hope that'll be a huge blow for Afghanistan if Rashid Khan is injured, cannot play the T20 World Cup. I think that'll be a huge blow for Afghanistan. I think they want him to get back to fitness for the T20 World Cup.
yeah, Rahul, yesterday we are talking about Avishka Fernando that he has to prove, and both the young openers, 25 years of age and first double hundred. What a day for Patum Nishanka and what a day for Avishka Fernando also.
Yes,
Unbeaten first wicket partnership, 182 runs in 26 overs. So it tells the story that Avishka Fernando has some cricket.
Yes, absolutely. Shows Avishka Fernando can bat. That is very clear, and he can be a handy opener for Sri Lanka in the future. If he can also, really kick on, he can form a great alliance with Patum Nishanka at the top of the order. Great innings from him today, scoring 88. He deserved a century. Unfortunately, he fell short, but that's okay. He played a very good innings.
Yeah, yeah, of course. And Rahul, overall, if we see the match, Nabi and Omerzai. Yesterday, I told you one of my favorite all-rounder in Afghanistan is Omerzai. He batted really well. Nabi, 39 years of age, but when you see the batting of Nabi, it looks like that he's around 30 years. The way he batted.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Both of them batted very well. Unfortunately, Afghanistan couldn't win the match. I mean, their top order collapse meant that you know the match is gone. They cannot do anything. You can't really expect to chase down 382 runs when you're 55 for 5 inside the first 10 overs. It's very difficult, but they took Afghanistan to 339 after that. From 55 for 5, they finished in 339 for 6. It's an absolutely great achievement. If you ignore the fact that they were chasing 382, I think Afghanistan will take this performance. Yeah, I mean, if you're batting first and you scored 339 when you're 55 for 5, you've got to you'll be very happy, right? I think Afghanistan from 55 for 5 would definitely take being 339 for 6 in the end. So I think both teams will be very happy with their performance today. It, like mentioned, it was a very flat wicket, so it was meant to be a high scoring game. Maybe Sri Lanka would have loved to bowl Afghanistan out in this match, but still a good match of cricket. In the end, high quality stuff, high quality batting from both teams, and we got to see 50 overs on both sides. We got to see a full 100 over game. So I think it's a very good game of ODI cricket. We've seen quite a few of those in Sri Lanka in recent times. Remember Asia Cup? We saw some excellent cricket matches during that tournament.
Yeah, of course. So Rahul, if I talk about the record book also, that Muhammad Nabi and Omerzai has becoming the one of the highest wicket partnership for Afghanistan in the history, for sixth wicket partnership, and that was really one of the great to watch.
Really quite a record. This Afghanistan team has got tremendous fight in them. They never give up in difficult situations, and that's what's made them a very tough ODI side to beat. All of a sudden, you saw the great World Cup Afghanistan had. I mean, they defeated England, they defeated Pakistan, and they defeated Sri Lanka. They defeated three big name teams in a World Cup. Definitely their best ODI World Cup in their history, something they will remember for a very long time. They almost defeated Australia as well. That would have been a fourth major upset at the tournament, defeating Australia at the World Cup. So lots of positives for Afghanistan cricket in recent times. In T20 cricket too, they took India to two super overs, not just one but two super overs in that third T20 match. And even in the first two T20s, they showed a little bit of fight and character uh, with the bat, and they gave India a fairly decent run for their money.
Yeah. Okay. So Rahul, now let's talk about Indian team. Of course, so it was really great match, and hope for exciting matches so that viewers will also come and enjoy the match. And it was one of those matches. So Omerzai, if I a few words for Omerzai, Rahul means early age, a fast bowling all rounder, and what a batting performance from him. Unlucky he was newbie 150, but credit to him that he is giving some strength. Even if Mohammad Nabi will be retired, you are getting one more all-rounder who can bat aggressive nature.
Not just an all-rounder, but somebody who can captain the team after Mohammad Nabi. Azmatullah Omerzai is a fairly decent captain as well. So he is capable of leading the team after Mohammad Nabi retires.
Yeah. So okay. So Rahul, now let's come to the selection. So confusion in selection in BCCI. So my first question, Rahul, from
Nothing
you.
new.
Ca Yeah, tell me, Rahul, means how you see the tenure of Ajit Agarkar as a selection committee. Means I think India is a supreme power in cricket. You have so much money all over the world, means highest ever. You always spending money. You have so many. You have earned money through various leagues. I talk about IPL now. WIPL is also there. In 2 3 months, you are getting crores and crores. So many players performing in domestic cricket, but you are not be able to clarify that which player is available or not. One by one news is coming. Now coming is Shreyas Iyer is not available. I know Shreyas Iyer is not injured. They told that they are injured because of his form. Now what they will try, Rahul, they will try to put Sarfaraz now because everyone is trolling him since 2 3 years that why Sarfaraz is out. Now Sarfaraz, I think he will be back in the team, and Virat Kohli is not available. Then Sarfaraz and Patidar has to perform. So really big things are coming. But Rahul again, as a selection committee, Ajit Agarkar as a player. how he will be so careless not announcing a team. When he will announce the team, when Rohit Sharma will go for toss and he will say the in a toss that this is my playing 11.
And to be frank, we don't know. Ajit Agarkar looks, I won't say just clueless, but I will also say he's a very gutless selector. He doesn't have guts to look first. First of all, this is my big problem with him. Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, all of 2023, they didn't spend any time playing T20 cricket, and now we're supposed to just accept that they're automatic picks for the T20 World Cup, even though they played only three between from last World Cup. They played only three T20 matches against Afghanistan. This Ajit Agarkar, not only did he not have guts to say Rohit and Virat, you can't play. Other youngsters have played in the team and they want to be in this World Cup. We cannot just take it away from them at the last minute. He didn't have guts to tell them that. Not only did he not have guts, you know what he did it at the start of January during the New Year's test in South Africa. He ran to South Africa and begged Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli to play for India in the series against Afghanistan. Not only did he not drop them, he went and begged Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, please play because BCCI, we are so greedy. We need our TRP by seeing you guys play on the television. That's what basically he has told them. No shame at all for Ajit Agarkar. It's not about winning for these guys anymore. You can see it is not about winning. It is about just getting TRP. This logic won't hold at the World Cup though, because whether Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli play for India at the World Cup, people will watch. Any Indian World Cup matches will get viewership no matter what. So that logic doesn't make any sense that you will get more TRP from Kohli and Rohit playing in a World Cup. Logic doesn't hold over there, but it's very clear that they will play in the World Cup right now. Ajit Agarkar wouldn't be begging them to play series against Afghanistan if they didn't want Rohit and Virat to play in the World Cup. It's very clear that they will play, and frankly speaking, this selection has to be shown up at the World Cup. If we make even semis or finals, they will continue with this. We will continue down this path. Even they will play 2026 T20 World Cup as well, because this Ajit Agarkar doesn't have, and perhaps does not have the guts to make big calls as a selector. As a selector, you have to be able to make the big calls, and you have to know when it's time to move on from your senior players. That is the most glaring thing to me. Not only did he not move on from the seniors, he even begged them to return. So this is what he's doing, and he doesn't have the guts to come out, make a decision either. Very indecisive, because this is what happens when you say you will only focus on one tournament at a time. You knew this ODI World Cup and T20 World Cup are 6 months apart, so you have to prepare simultaneously for both. You cannot do one at a time. But they said we will see after the ODI World Cup. ODI World Cup was over 2 months ago now, 2.5 months, 3 months ago now. ODI World Cup was over 3 months ago. Still, they have not seen anything. They have not made any decision, and now uh, the decision is हम IPL देखेंगे. We will
Yeah,
see with IPL. It won't even be full IPL that you will be judging players on, just half the IPL, because there is a deadline for announcing this World Cup squad. Early May, you have to announce the World Cup squad, right? So you will only get to see half the IPL and judge the players. So this is half-baked preparation, and seriously, like we discussed yesterday, don't expect anything better than
and Rahul
semi-finals.
extension of Rahul Dravid also as a coach. That is also one big thing
Worse
under
than
Ajit
actually
Agarkar.
worse than Rohit Sharma continuing as captain of the team is this thing. Rahul Dravid continuing as coach. No planning at all after ODI World Cup, especially after we lost that final. You didn't have a backup. You had VVS Lakshman coaching that T20 series after that, but VVS Lakshman said, "I don't want to coach." So gone. You did not have a backup plan. BCCI should have, after the World Cup, we're trying to look for different coaches. Why didn't you look for a new coach somebody who will take over? Why didn't you have somebody lined up before the World Cup? This should have been done before the 2023 ODI World Cup even started, before the first match itself. You should have had somebody lined up for after the ODI World Cup. So no long term planning from this selection committee at all. They just go with the flow. They take everything as it comes. They will not line up any backups. So you will have Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid continuing, go to T20 World Cup, enjoy another semi-final or final loss, maybe enjoy Super 8 defeat. In fact, that is going to be the plan for this T20 World Cup. So don't expect too much. Umeed mat lagao is World Cup pay. So anyway, coming to the Test match team also, this is again okay. I will say Rohit Sharma for Test match cricket, fine. One cycle, he didn't captain the full 2023 cycle, so he's getting a full cycle now from 2023 to 2025. Now, if you want to manage
Right.
his workload, Rohit Sharma's workload, keep him out of at least T20 cricket, if not ODI cricket. At least keep him out of there. But even for ODI cricket, I'm saying now you've lost the ODI World. Even if we won the ODI World Cup, I would have said maybe it's time to groom another captain for the next ODI World Cup. Have maybe perhaps KL Rahul captain the Champions Trophy in 2025, so that he will be groomed. He'll have an ICC tournament under his belt for the ODI World Cup in South Africa. How did it happen in 2017? You know, right? Dhoni gave up his captaincy, even though Dhoni played the 2019 World Cup. He was playing under Virat Kohli, and Kohli captained the 2017 Champions Trophy and already had an ICC tournament under his belt by the time he came to that World Cup. So that should be the plan for ODI World Cup going forward. Unfortunately, we fans already have the plans in our mind and are thinking long term about what can be done. Selectors, I don't know what they're doing, whether they're having these discussions behind the curtains. Maybe they're having the same debates that we fans are having, maybe, or it's possible they're just sleeping on their job and saying, whatever happens, Rohit and Kohli, you're seniors, you play as long as you want, you take rest whenever you want, you retire whenever you want. So whole team selection is revolving around two players. You continue like this, you will not have a future in cricket, to be very honest.
Yeah,
Now
Rahul,
coming to
now
this,
see the squad of Krishna Nair. So satisfied with this squad?
I
I think
think
he's
this
giving
is
a playing 11. Playing 11.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think this is this playing 11 is fine. We may not see Bumrah playing. We might have Mukesh Kumar instead of Bumrah, because
No, Bumrah
already
is
we've heard
playing
news
third
that
test match.
he's
Bumrah is
playing the
playing
third
third
test.
test.
Okay, fine,
Last two he will
fine,
not
good
play.
decision. Fair enough. I mean, if they gave him rest, I wouldn't have minded. But fair enough that he's uh, playing, because between the second test and the third test, there's 1 week. I think there's still one more week to go for the third test match. So Bumrah is getting enough rest. Fair enough if the team management has decided that he should play the third test. I think it is a fair decision. We have a decent team with KL Rahul coming back. KL Rahul played a good knock in the first innings in Hyderabad, so I think he deserves a chance. Fair enough. And then Sarfraz Khan, I think he should finally get a chance to play for India in a Test match cricket. It's about time that he has played. You've had a whole middle order for last, I don't know, 4 to 5 years who have been out of form. We've hardly had runs being scored in that middle order. It's about time we found a replacement. This is why you have India A matches going on. You have List A matches apart from Ranji Trophy, so that you will also face the quality of other countries bowling before coming into the international team. This is what you have to do. I think this playing 11 is fine. I'm maybe we should find a replacement for Gill as well. But Gill played a career-saving knock in the last match. He scored a century in the second inning, so he
He
saved his ass.
actually is talented player. Actually, he's talented player means
Gill
you have to
Gill
give some time.
has talent, so they're backing him. Okay, that is fine. And he scored a century in the last match. He was having poor form. He saved his ass with that second innings knock, that century, which helped India win the match. So fair enough. Gill is getting a chance. Then obviously Rohit and Jaiswal should open the batting. high time for Rohit Sharma to pull his socks up as an opener, because so far in this series he has played as though he hasn't seen a cricket ball before. That is
Yeah,
how
that
he's
is.
batting. He's the captain and the senior most player. It is time for him to step up in a game. There's only so much you can expect from Yashasvi Jaiswal, who is still fairly new to Test match cricket.
Yeah, but who knows? Rahul means in next test he will be back. Well, it is all about pitch also, but very happy. Rahul means in this series we have seen a test match going to day four. Means it is really great. Good pitch. Something for
Yeah,
batsmen, something for
both the
bowlers.
test matches. I think both the test matches have produced fairly good wickets. So hopefully that will continue. I think we should get a decent wicket in Rajkot as well. I hope. Hopefully they will not prepare rank turners. I think right now unlikely, because India won the second test match, which was not on particularly on a rank turner. So I feel they will continue with these same pitches and we will get a good series. But right now we have to think we have to win the next three test matches, because for reaching the World Test Championship final, if we drop another home match, it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah. There is one more topic, Rahul, means we can discuss, but actually I have not current means I have not so much about that, but little bit I have to ask. There is some news is coming about Ravindra Jadeja, means about his family that his father is not happy with marriage and he finally is away from his family because of his married wife. Now he is a part of BJP. Yeah, so now he is in politics. So not very happy. That was a statement from his father that Jadeja has not done well. So I don't think we have to discuss about it. But Rahul, how much you feel if you heard this type of news from Jadeja's family?
I don't know what his father is not happy about. I don't like. Is it Jadeja not being in politics, or what? Or is it something to do with his caste? Because I know I don't want to get too much into politics here, but I know Jadeja has been criticized for his caste a lot. Jadeja is a Brahmin from Saurashtra, so he's
Yeah,
getting criticized a lot for that, especially in the south, and you probably know why. Among South Indians, Tamils and Keralites are criticizing him, and you see a lot of hatred for him based on his cast that is there. There was also controversy in the IPL final after Jadeja hit the winning runs, that his wife touched his feet and all that. So that is also a controversy, and also his wife, as you said, being in BJP. That is another reason why
yeah,
he can get hated in the south. The only reason Jadeja has some love in Tamil Nadu in particular is, why? IPL. That
yeah,
that's why he's probably the second most loved player among CSK fans. But maybe um, so far CSK fans have overlooked the politics. They've seen that he's playing in CSK outfits, so they like him, and he has won matches for CSK, won titles for CSK. So for the most part, they've overlooked the politics, but still, that part, the political part, he will be slandered for. Not for the cricket part. No, I don't think there is any too much controversy with the cricket part, except maybe. In 2009 IPL, where he got banned, he was part of Rajasthan Royals at that time. That time he
yeah.
got banned from IPL. That time there was some controversy there, but otherwise he's not really been too much of a controversial figure in cricket. And I don't think his politics or his caste should be used as a controversy. I don't know in what context his dad made the statement that he's not happy with Jadeja, but
Marriage.
see, maybe it is a marriage issue. That is a personal thing. uh, I don't think
Yeah,
we should touch upon that, but I don't think your politics or your caste should be a controversy, because his primary job, Jadeja's primary job, is cricket. He's not in politics right now. If Jadeja gets into politics one day, then talk about his politics as much as you want, but his political beliefs or his religious beliefs, that's all his. It shouldn't be a controversy in the context of cricket. he has done contributed for India as a cricketer, and that is enough for right now.
Yeah, of course. So, guys, I hope you all like the discussion also. So, we will see you in the next video, and we will definitely talk about selection committee, how they select the team, and what are the team for last three test matches, and many more to come. Rahul means WPL is coming, IPL is coming, so coverage will be non-stop.
We have
Even we will
PSL
try
as
to,
well, but of course,
yeah,
WPL
PSL.
is greater than PSL, so I think that'll
Yes,
get more viewership than PSL. To be very honest, because just because of the brand and all that.
but little bit we will ask because there are some audience from Pakistan also, so they will
Yeah,
not get hurt.
definitely.
And we will talk about
Well,
top
we are here.
flops.
We are
Top
here
flops we
to
will definitely
yes,
talk.
we are here to discuss cricket. I know because of the volume of international cricket leagues, which are not named the IPL, go a little bit under the radar. That is that is the reality. The international cricket right now is
Yeah,
pretty interesting, especially when the Test cricket is going on.
yeah, yeah. Of course, of course. And tomorrow the SA20 final is also there, so we will have so much talks, guys. Just subscribe
Yeah, it was
KFCSN
a good
Sports
run
with.
from JSK in the SA T20. Unfortunately, they couldn't make the final. They've done well to come till qualifier two, but they're not Chennai Super Kings. Um, क्रिकेट में एक ही सुपर किंग्स है और वो है चेन्नई सुपर किंग्स. देयर इज नो अदर
Yeah,
सुपर किंग्स. जोहान्सबर्ग
until
सुपर
Dhoni is
किंग्स.
there. Until Dhoni is
You
there,
never
Chennai
know.
is super king.
Well, Dhoni would have been there, but BCCI they will not let Indians play in overseas leagues. At least they should have allowed in SA T20 and Major League Cricket and ILT20, where have IPL ownership. But anyway, it's not going to happen anytime soon. Um, but JSK has had a decent run in this tournament. I mean, they were last place for most of the league stage, but they lifted themselves. They scraped through into the playoffs. Then they came to qualifier two, but it was too much in the end. Not batting is simply not good enough. It's not been great all tournament. So deserved. They've gotten more than what they deserve. I will say that, even though I'd support JSK in this tournament, but they got more than what they deserved. So they should be happy with it. Next year they should try to improve, come and win the title.
Yeah, of course. So, guys, see you in the next video. Till then, guys, subscribe and just follow the updates via shorts. So, thank you very much. Thank you, Rahul. Goodbye
Thank you,
and good
Kunal.
night.
Yes, good night.